Hey, what's up guys? It's the weekend, you know what that means. Melo is there to provide you with the great music, the best music, the best releases of the week. And this time it's gonna be a little bit different. If you follow me on Instagram, I posted yesterday night the fact that I'm gonna change a little bit, I'm gonna adapt the format of this kind of videos to this time, because I will especially focus on one specific album, and in the end I will mention some some shout outs for the best releases of the week according to me. So if you are waiting for some great stuff, but also for the potential album of the year, just stay tuned and let's go together for the next 12 minutes or so with some great sound to your ears.
Embrace your life, feel the warmth of the sun.
That's right, guys. We have here maybe a potential number one album of the year. This album is just a masterpiece, really. I know I said that a couple of times, since the beginning of this year. I think I said that maybe 3 or 4 times. But man, this album is just pure madness, and I'm gonna explain you why. But first, let's talk about the band. I'm bringing you here to Sweden with some atmospheric and progressive death metal. But in the atmosphere, I really insist on the side atmosphere, because it's really, you're gonna have such a roller coaster of feelings again here, And last time I said that it was for Kardashev's album, a couple of months ago. And this one here, puts the level even higher, because, wow, what an atmosphere, what a roller coaster of emotions from start to finish. And I'm going to detail that in the next minutes. But this is a Swedish band coming from Boden, Sweden. And so they produce some atmospheric progressive death metal. They are back here with a second full-length album in the name of Whore. The first album was released back in 2016 with the name Illuminate the Path, and they released also an EP in 2014 under the name of Atonement is Nigh. And here with Whore, well, it was released on Willow Tip Records this September 9th, 2022. It's an album of 7 tracks for a total playing time of 1 hour. So let's before getting into details for this album, let's talk a bit about the band. The band is composed of 3 guys. We have Carl Westerland at the guitar and the bass. We have Robert Sturvel on the keyboards and the backing vocals, and we have Christian Berglund at the vocals. So the album starts with a song called The Behemoth That Lies Asleep, and you get it where you're going in this album, with this intro track, because indeed you have the impression that you are in a movie, in some kind of a sci-fi or horror movie, following a camera, and this camera is filming, like maybe something like a coffin, you can imagine that, in the fog, and you understand the title, The Behemoth That Lies Asleep, and then it's really eerie, it's really atmospheric, you have no lyrics at all, it's a nice intro to get into the album. And then the fast drumming come there, and then you understand what you are gonna expect for music, for an album, because the fast drumming is coming, and then that the roller coaster, you're getting, to the highest point of the mountain, and then you're gonna fall, full speed, and it's indeed what's happening with the second track, Slaves. Slaves, the second track of the album, is indeed a roller coaster by itself, It's a more than 7-minute long track, and it's really, combining, some atmospheric stuff, there, where it's really calm, really quiet, and then you go down again in this crazy, amazing roller coaster with the fast drumming again, some harsh vocals there, really, really high intensity, and then it drops again with some atmospheric stuff, full of emotions. You have these amazing piano notes, all over the place, and it's a thrill ride of more than 7 minutes, and it's only the second track of the album. Then comes the track Tear Down This Holy Mountain, and we have here maybe the most progressive track of the album, and I'm gonna explain you why. Already it's more than 11 minutes long. It's the second longest track of the album. 11 minutes of craziness here on this track, and you can find the mix of harsh and clean vocals, especially in the end for the clean vocals. But you will have some saxophone in the early minutes of this track. It will really again combine the atmosphere, and the harsh moments, but especially on this track you will have some like maybe Pink Floyd-esque guitar solos there, You have the impression that David Gilmour himself was invited on this record. It's crazy, and then you bet why I love this album, being a big Pink Floyd fan myself, Well, it's them who started all the prog stuff, in the end. But yeah, it's really amazing how in one track, well, it's 11 minutes, but this track is just pure beauty. Then comes the track Prosperity, another 7 minutes and 40-second track. And here we have such a great representation on what can be a roller coaster of emotions in one track only. Prosperity is just, the pure example, that could, showcase this roller coaster in music, roller coaster of emotions, of feelings, and yeah, it's really combining, the atmospheric stuff, along with the harsh vocals, the clean vocals, and we have maybe the most clean vocals on this track of the album here, and it combines it, to the perfection, and yeah, it's just amazing. This track Prosperity is, and it's really there in the middle of the album, and yeah, if I have to recommend, if you guys want to discover this album via only one track and make your personal idea, I recommend you listen to that track Prosperity, because it takes the whole stuff, together in one track. It's a demonstration, of what they can do by mixing genres, and this track is absolutely fantastic. Then comes the track Blomster Crowns. It's in Swedish, and this track can be considered as, a pivot, between the two parts of the album. Let's say it's an interlude. You will hear really nice piano notes there, and then you will listen to the singer, just talking, in Swedish. I have absolutely no clue of what the guy is saying. Of course, it's Swedish. I don't speak Swedish yet. But yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. Even if we don't understand what the guy says, it's really nice to have this nice moment, to cool down, to take a deep breath, before moving on to the next part of the album, especially with the next track. In the heavens above, you will become a monster. This is the title of the next track, and it's the longest track of the album with more than 14 minutes. And yeah, this track is absolutely fantastic because in the first part it will really be more brutal, you know, with harsh vocals, and then it will be again a transformation into great guitar solos a la Pink Floyd once again. And in the end, you will also hear some females backing vocals. They're very atmospheric, you know. So many things happen in that track while it's 14 minutes, so of course many things must happen there, and it's the case, and this track is absolutely amazing. So this is In the Heavens Above, You Will Become a Monster. So just with the titles, you know, of this track on the album, you can understand what's happening on the album. And I have to say that it's my personal feeling, but when you listen to the entirety of this album, you know, from start to finish, you have no break at all before each track. It's like if it was a giant track of an hour cut in different parts, you know, and I'm sure that's what the guys wanted to do here. And I have to dig a little deeper in the lyrics, and because I want to understand if this is a concept album or not, because I think it is, and I want to, you know, to maybe get in touch with the band themselves and ask the question, and that's what I will do. And yes, so this track is absolutely fantastic. And in the end, it's not done yet because we're closing the album with another 9 minutes and 32-second track called This Torment Has No Hand. Only new beginnings, and again it's the same, you know, roller coaster all along, you know, and it ends really on a quiet way. And when you get to the last second, you just have one feeling: it's to start over the whole thing, you know, because it's this album is a gem. This album is a wonder. Well, that's what I needed to say to you, you know, regarding this pure magnificence of an album. And if you have to listen to one album this year so far, this is the one. This is an Abstract Illusion with their new album, Whore. And yeah, I'm giving, you know, for the first time of the year, I'm giving this album, I'm rating it to the max with a big fat 5 out of 5, because I cannot find anything negative, you know, on this album. So it's just pure perfection. So now it's time for some shout outs before leaving you for the weekend, and we have some heavy stuff, but we have also some quiet stuff this week. So if you are looking for something quiet, you know, something more relaxing, I present to you the new album of UK band Crippled Black Phoenix. It's a double album. It's really post-rocky. So if you want to relax and listen to cool music, that's the one I recommend to you. But if you want some more brutality, we have a great selection of death metal albums this week. This is what I'm talking about. My third selection, and not the least, you know, in death metal this week is a supergroup called Bloodbath. They released their new album this week, and it's actually composed of former members of Catatonia, of Paradise Lost. You know, and I don't remember, you know, how many guys are there and how many bands they performed in, but this band, this supergroup, is totally crazy. And if you like traditional death metal, this is the one for you. This week, just see a quick clip of one of their tracks. That's it. That's it. Just trust me, if you love traditional death metal, this one is the one for you. Just check it out by yourselves, guys. We have also some amazing technical death metal this week with, for example, Fallujah. Atmospheric black metal fans, I also thought about you, and this is the one for you. This week, a band called Toad Eater. What a strange name. Anyway. And for my last selection for this week, I couldn't end up this video without mentioning the new Ozzy Osbourne album. And if you're looking for some hard rock, really fun to listen, really enjoyable, this is the one for you this week. And believe me, it's always a pleasure to hear Mr. Osbourne's kind of noisy vocals, and maybe, he's out with a new album again this year. The guy, the guy that never stops. Will he ever stop? Well, nobody's eternal, so maybe this is the guy's last album ever. So let's just enjoy it. And this is the new Ozzy Osbourne album. That's it for me for this week. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that I have given you the feeling, the envy of listening to all these, especially an abstract illusion. And just feel free to put in the comments down below what you think about this album, what you think about my other shoutouts here in this video. I wish you a nice weekend. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if it's not done yet. Don't forget to share this video to the world. Share, like, subscribe, you know the drill, and I will see you very soon in a next video. Ciao, guys.